Good morning, everybody. It is Friday. It is. Friday, it is. Now, I'm going to be honest, and I'm going to start this weather extra by saying I filled in for Eric this morning. I'm running on like fumes of delirium, so if it gets a little silly goofy, my apologies. I'm going to be serious, but it's very unserious hours for me. I've been awake since about 10 p.m. last night. So morning shifts are not for the weak. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and get started with what you came for, the weather. Looks pretty nice at the shoals. You can see it's like a little hazy outside. Very interesting, but already getting into those low end 80s for the day. We'll see warm temperatures to close out what is the last weekend of summer. Fall officially starts Monday afternoon, 1:19 p.m. to be specific. But it's not going to feel like fall for another couple of days. So keep that in mind as you make your plans. Pull out your sweaters and whatnot. Don't pull them out just yet. It's still hot. Hot as ever. So out the door today, we're at that point where we're getting into those low end 80s. Some folks are in the mid 80s at this point, but we'll see a high of about 93. Mostly sunny, and it's going to be hot. A few clouds will be mixed in, so not a lot of shade, not a lot of cover, but also there are some periodic showers that we could see ramping up around 1 and 2 o'clock. And the strongest wave of these showers and storms looks like it'll be around the 3 to 4 o'clock hours in the northwestern areas, and then that'll continue till about 5 or 6 o'clock. Seems to dissipate pretty quickly. So I don't expect us to have a complete washout of an evening. It seems to clear up just in time for football games too. So you may encounter, if you're in that northwestern area, like just past Florence, Phil Campbell looks like they may also get a good pass of showers. I'll show you in a moment, but Colbert County, Lauderdale County, those folks will see a passing of showers for this afternoon. So you may see some showers around kickoff, I would say. Most kickoffs are about 6:45 to 7. So, but like I mentioned, we'll go through that in a moment. Throughout the evening, though, we'll start to see clearer conditions. There will be some cloud cover, though, moving in the late evening, so closer to your 8, 9 o'clock hours. We'll see some clouds building back into the forecast. Could see some patchy fog to start your Saturday as well. We saw very few areas with low visibility this morning, so there goes that fall forecast. What I really like about this graphic is that the out the door forecast is like your front yard, and then this looks like your backyard. I think that's so cute. Anywho, September 22nd, Monday at 1:19, officially fall by that point, the autumnal equinox, as it is scientifically known, but fall to everybody else. It's almost fall, y'all. We're so close. We're like days away. But the high for Monday is still 90. So is it really fall? Do with that what you will, because it's going to be hot these next couple of days. And with the rain chances that we will start to pick up and see over the weekend, we're going to have some kind of sticky days in there as well, as far as our muggy meter goes. So here's your hour by hour. Now this started around 5 a.m. I've been running this for most of the day to keep up with it. So let's get it a little more current. So 1 and 2 o'clock hours, that's when we start to see rain chances flow into the forecast. As you can see here, though, it's kind of widespread. Not a lot of people will see showers, and the areas that are seeing these isolated showers and storms could hear some thunder every now and again, gusty winds as well. Expect some heavy downpours too. You can see, I wonder if, no, that doesn't show up. I wish I had a way to point and, like draw on it for you. But if you look right in between Russellville and Florence, those areas right in there, that's where you'll see, like, that's one of those opportunities for a heavy downpour to happen for about 30 to an hour. So keep that in mind. Starts to move through, and you'll notice that was around 2 p.m. This is now 5:30. They come and go rather quick. So then we'll see the heaviest showers closer to the 5 and 5:30 hours. And then by 6, 7 o'clock, starts to break up a bit. And by 8, we are mostly clear. Very simple. We might see the same kind of setup for your Saturday. It's just a little tough to pin down the exact placement of these showers because they are kind of sporadic in nature. So, and then it too could also be a situation of maybe they don't get as much fuel as they need to keep pushing along and chugging through the valley. So all sorts of things can happen and change the amount of downpour that we see. So not a complete washout, but just an opportunity for you to be weather aware and just keep in mind, if it looks like that rain was near your neck of the woods, plan accordingly for this evening. So looking ahead to Saturday, though, we'll do a rinse and repeat. Saturday also has a 20% chance of rain, isolated in nature, not enough to call anything off so far. But we'll start the day out in the mid 60s, nice calm breeze, keeping that around for most of the day. Temperatures will get back up to those low and 90s. So like I said, truly a rinse and repeat of today. Cloud cover starts to build back in toward the afternoon and evening. Isolated shower and storm closer to the 3 and 4 o'clock hours. So just went through Saturday for you. Sunday, low end 90s, same for Monday. You'll see those rain chances kind of flip-flop between 10 to 20%. So isolated showers expected every now and again throughout afternoons and evenings as we start to see the peak of that heating. But we're also seeing that these showers lose strength kind of quick due to the fact that we have earlier sunsets now. Sun's starting to set closer to 6:48 approximately. Yeah, 6:48. So that kind of cuts out that heating, and that really, honestly, it's almost like turning the lights off for these showers. It's the power that they need. It's just kind of sucked out of the atmosphere for them. So looking ahead, though, by Monday, that'll be the last day that we see those warm 90s. We'll start to take it back just a tad by Wednesday and Thursday specifically, too. That's when we'll start to see the greatest change in our forecast. May not feel it, but we'll at least see it by that point. Tracking out your tropics, we do have Gabrielle that has formed, and you can see the spaghetti plots starting to gain a little consistency about the next steps. Right now, still a tropical storm. We are waiting for it to become a hurricane, and right now, latest guidance has that it will be a hurricane closer to Sunday afternoon and evening hours. So we'll see if it decides to stay on that track and that timeline or if it shifts a little earlier in the day. But you can see it's going to take a little bit of a bend through the Atlantic before curving back over to the east. So it's still one of those situations that we won't really have to see anything and deal with anything off of it if it takes and continues this track. We won't see much from it, but we just track out the tropics because it's just that time of year, you know. That 20% chance of development looks like it's following right in behind Gabrielle's path. So that just means there's a possibility. Looks like Gabrielle's taken most of the strength from that area, so looks like it's only a 20% chance of developing in the next 7 days, so not really an opportunity for a second storm. I believe the next name is Humberto. We have Humberto, and I just looked at the names this morning. It starts with an I. I can't remember. Well, of course it starts with an I. It's in alphabetical order. Morning shifts, I tell you. Can't remember what it was. Man. But I can tell you, in like 2028, the K name is Katya. Don't know why that stuck out to me. Interesting. We're pulling from fumes here. But yes, we will start to see these formations kind of ramp up. We're still in the early days of hurricane season. We start to see like the greater chances closer to mid-October, November. That's when we start to see some of those greater chances because you're starting to deal with that shift of heating. So we start to, this is getting a little technical, but to put it very simply, we start to see, think about how we go into winter, right? And we're seeing the autumnal equinox, fall is coming. That means we're kind of shifting into cooler weather, meaning that the lower half of the equator is kind of shifting into warmer weather. We kind of flip-flop in that way. So, all that to say, that's what kind of shifts, the shifting of that temperature change kind of creates a little havoc in the oceans. So it starts to kind of heat up in certain spots, cool down in others, and that really just kind of creates a dueling dragon kind of effect. Can we tell I've been looking at Universal rides because dueling dragons is the most random pull I could think of in my brain. All right, let's walk you through your week. So, expectations for the weekend. Like I mentioned, fall is just a couple days away. However, it's still feeling much like summer. Thankfully, humidity is going to stay on the comfy end. We will start to see a little sticky conditions, but not anything oppressive until about Tuesday. And I'll go over that in a second. So, 93 is expected for today, tomorrow. Rinse and repeat between the 2 days. I think our biggest deal is just kind of those sporadic on and off showers. Tinkerfest is tomorrow, the Children's Museum. I hope you'll stop by because I will be there. I'll be there from 11 to 2. Storm Tracker will be there as well. So you'll be able to see the Storm Tracker, see the truck and everything. It'll be my first big outing in the community outside of a football event. So I'm super excited to meet everyone and also get to hang out and see what awesome ideas and adventures and things that the kids are able to take part in for the afternoon, well, the morning and the afternoon hours. Seems like it's going to be a nice day. I'm super excited to see what's all going to be entailed. I love a good, like, Lego learning to code, like building type stuff. I love those. Love those kind of opportunities. So hopefully there will be some Legos. I would love to play with Legos. But anywho, getting into your Monday, the start of fall, still 90-degree day. It's going to be a little cloudy out the door as well. We'll have kind of a rinse and repeat of those rain chances that are just sporadic in the afternoons. They'll fire up just because of the daytime heating, really. And as we get into Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, rain chances start to grow. We start to see cooler conditions. We do have a boundary moving in by that point, bringing us into those low 80s by the end of the week. So we may feel a slight difference on Tuesday, but we'll definitely see the difference by Wednesday and Thursday, seeing as Monday's in the 90s and by the midweek we're in the low 80s. So we'll feel that difference. We'll also deal with some isolated showers and storms both of those days as well. So that'll kind of give us a jump start launch into fall, so to speak. We'll keep those low 80s around heading into Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Next Friday also looking like it's going to be another day of some isolated storms as well. Still coming off of the front, I believe, but we'll plan that out as we get closer to it. It'll be easier for us to pin down the timeline and what exactly we're dealing with and what we're working with by that point. So keep that in mind. It'll be nice to enjoy your football games this weekend. I know James Clemens is their homecoming. I'm pretty sure other schools do as well. But as you go through planning, getting into next Friday, that's when you'll probably have to start doing some backup plans. I would go ahead and start planning ahead because we do start to have some of those isolated showers and storms, and you'll see that we take a complete turn and shift into some lower temperatures. So I want you to keep that in mind. Just want to double check all of our comments. Good morning, Miss Donna. Hope you're having a wonderful day as well. Well, if there's nothing else, no thoughts and concerns about the forecast, my page is always open. All of us, really, all of our weather pages are open, and we love when you guys ask questions and have your concerns and give us specific things that you would like to know about. If you have a game or something that you're doing Saturday, Sunday that you have a concern about, let us know. Again, I'll be at Tinkerfest tomorrow. Super exciting. And with that, I hope you have a wonderful Friday and enjoy your weekend. I'll be on TVL shortly, and then we'll also have our noon show.